hello. How are ya? Welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els, and we're working on an album journal, and steampunk is our theme. So we have a lot of stuff. Hi, Arlene. So let's take a look at what an album journal is. And it is this. This is a photo scrapbook album. And this one is actually pre-made. This one comes from Heartfelt Creations, which is no longer, unfortunately, in business. But this is one of their books. We do make these on our own, but for this particular build, we're using this pre-made one because I wanted to use, I liked the craft with this. I just thought it worked. So in here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what we call fins. Excuse me, they are where the original album would be. And then in these little in-between spots is where we're going to be putting our journal element. So let's take a look at what we've already done. We have our front page, which is just covered beautifully. And then we have another page. Now, this page has decoration on it, but it's completely writable, you know? And then over here, we have one of the flips. These flips are also from Heartfelt Creations. And they came in 3 colors, white, black, and craft. These are in craft. And they're all different kind of designs. This one happens to be pockets. There's another one that's just a bunch of flips and things, and we'll see all of them as we go through. So we took this one. We cut the tags down and redid the tops on them because they just didn't fit. And it was going to be too difficult to cut the paper to match. So we just went ahead and used our own edges and made our own little tags, little tuck-in cards for this. I didn't back them because I figured craft is something you can write on. So there was really no sense in, you know. Now this one goes all the way to the bottom, down to here actually. So it's a fairly long one. And then inside, we put a large journaling card with a belly band. We didn't back this simply because we're going to put the card in here. It's going to already have that kind of back view. So really no sense in backing it. Then we have this page, which again, you could write on this page. Absolutely. Then we have this over here, which is a pocket. We're going to put a journaling card in here. We have some writing space here. We may decorate it. I don't know. And then this flips out. Now this is part of the other part of those things. And then we put in some staggered pockets here in different sizes, and then went ahead and put in some little tags that will finish. And then over here, we have a big pocket at the bottom, and we're going to be placing another journaling card here. And we still have 3 panels to work with and a big journaling card to make. So we're going to get to this today. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Marie. Hi, Michelle. Did you get wet? I saw that this morning when I picked up my phone. I shut off for the weekend. I did. I totally shut off for the weekend for my 2 days off. I just needed a break. And so I completely shut everything off. I mean, I left it on, but I left it here at my desk. And then I went and, you know, I binged watched 3 seasons of Bridgerton and half the Queen Charlotte. So, yeah, so I sat in the living room and zoned out on television for a few days, which is the first time I've really done that in like years. But I binged watched it because the new season of Bridgerton is out, and I kind of wanted to catch up on some of the stories. So I rewatched it. All right, so this piece is about the size we want for our journaling card. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I needed to just shut off, you know? So this is, we're going to go 5 3/4. I'm going to cut this the easy way today. I just don't feel like juggling, you know, paper trimmers all day long. So let me see if I can find my blade. I have found one. Okay, don't be attacking me. All right, so we're gonna go 5 3/4. So let's line this up nice and straight. Now we're gonna go 5 1/2. I want to give it a little bit more playroom. Okay, and then our height is 7 1/2. Okay, so that's going to be our journaling card. Now, we're going to want to cover it. So let's get out some stuff and see what we got. All right, we have paper. More paper. We have some pre-made pockets. Some background paper. Right. We have some bits of ephemera that we've made and stickers and things. We still have cut aparts that we can work with here too, because we've got a couple of pages of those still that we haven't really cut apart. So we have stuff to work with. You know, I am forever I don't know. I don't spend a whole lot of time. I hate that octopus. I don't spend a whole lot of time watching TV. I used to watch a lot of TV, but I have since decided not to. I don't know why. I don't know. A few years ago, when we moved in here, I'm going to use the trimmer for this. When we moved up here, I just kind of stopped watching television. I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with, for a long time, every TV show that I liked got canceled. And I kind of got to this, well, damn, if they're just going to cancel all the good stuff, why would I even bother to watch? And so I just stopped watching. And then it just, some of the stuff was becoming very repetitive. It was the same show with just different people on it, but they were the same characters. And, it just, I don't know. So I just gave up. I have watched several shows that I really enjoyed. And within, they get one season and then, that's it. They cancel it. I've watched shows where they don't even get through the first season and they cancel it. And they're good shows. They're funny. But the thing is that they don't appeal to 20-somethings. So they take them off the air. And there were some shows that, like, yes, I get it. They started off a little slow and, but they had potential to be a good show, and they still canceled it. So I don't know. Maybe I think, in my opinion, it's like if I watch a show, it's doomed. So I don't want to do that to anybody. I don't want to be that. I don't want to watch those shows anymore. Because if I watch a show and I'm enjoying a show, it is the kiss of death. There's a big glue ball on the end of this pin. It's not going to go in there. Okay. So, yeah, I've kind of given up just watching TV at all. And then I got to tell you, I live with the cable man, which means I have access to every cable channel that there is on the planet. And when I want to watch a movie, the movies I want to watch aren't available. They're not available on Netflix. They're not available anywhere on the cable box. They're not available anywhere, anywhere else. And if that's the state of television for me, my God, the rest of you must be starving for programming. Hi, Christine. Okay. So we have this. And we need to, you're in the wrong bag. We need to figure out what we're going to put on here. So we want to decorate it. These are page decorations, really, not for journaling cards. Okay. I like the head. Hi, Chris. Yes, ma'am. Let me see here. I think I sent it to the wrong Facebook. Sent it to your old one, but I just resent it to the other one. So you're good. My apologies. Yes, I was up till 1 a.m. finishing billing. Oh no. I hear movement. Ah! The old guy's up. He cracks me up. He was out there every break watching Bridgerton with me. Yeah, okay. I was on the phone with Michelle till 2, but I was billing till about 1:30. I finally went to bed. I think it was like 3 in the morning. Because I just wanted to get it done because I knew I wanted to shut down for the weekend. So, all right, let's see. What are we going to do here? I don't know. I didn't even play Wizard this week. Yeah. Ugh. Did not want to separate. Okay. Yeah, it was boring this week. I was like, no, I'm just going to vegetate in the living room and watch TV. And then Bug was here through Monday. And then he went home. Waited for my daughter. She was supposed to come over the weekend because she wanted to drop off a car in my driveway. She lives in a HOA, and she's got a car that needs some work before they can sell it because the trade-in value on it was only $300. And so she was gonna she wants to do some repair work on the vehicle. And since she wants to do the repair work, she wanted to put it in the driveway. Well, her HOA, if she puts that thing in the driveway and it doesn't have plates on it, they will actually call somebody to come and tow it. They've done it. And so she asked if she could bring it over here because it just needs a little bit of work, and then they could sell it for like $1,500-$1,600 or more. Probably get $2,000 for it. So she wanted to bring it over here and put it in the driveway. So we waited for her all weekend. She never showed up. Cancel the dentist. Yeah, they do some shit, I'll tell you. I could never live someplace that has an HOA. And I have to tell you, that's really hardcore kind of a West Coast phenomena. I mean, you find them like in Florida and in some of the bigger cities down in Texas and stuff like that. But most of the Midwest and stuff, you don't. But the ones that are here on the west part of the country, the western part of the country, they all up in your business. Now, I have found out a few things, a few beneficial things. In our state, the state actually put in place. Can I help you? You want to go outside? You should learn to go out the door with him. um, here, when you buy a house, even if it's in an HOA, you have the right to buy the house. You do not have to join the HOA. Now they have to give you a separate document for you to sign as part of the sale of the house. So if you really read the contracts, if you just decline that document, you do not have to join the HOA. And the reason they did that is so that more people, if they don't want to live in an HOA, if the majority of the people in the neighborhood are not in the HOA, they can dissolve the HOA. Because Nevada is sick and tired of them, fed up with them. People who've lived in their homes for 20 years that are in HOAs, and then they get sick or something happens, and their grass doesn't get cut, or their paint starts to chip on their house, or any other numerous stupid bylaws that they have, they can then go in and they can foreclose on your house. They can start issuing fines daily and get to a point where you owe enough in fines that they can put a lien against your house, take your home from you. And that's a problem. Yeah, but it's probably like a retirement type community or a more established community, Chris, because like out here, they're starting to do away with them. They had one older lady here who lived over in Seven Hills, which is a very exclusive area. There's not less than $1 million home there. And when I'm talking about $1 million home, I'm not talking about a California $1 million home, because those homes are all overpriced. I'm talking about these are McMansions, $1 million homes. And there was this one HOA, and I think there was only 40 houses in the HOA. Well, when this lady bought her house, she paid cash for it. She owned it outright. And she had Dish come out and put a satellite dish on the side of her house. Well, apparently that was where they put it was not acceptable. However, based on the structure of her house, the position of her house, the direction that it faced, so on and so forth, this was the only place that it could be placed. It wasn't dead on the front of the house. It was sort of off to the side, but you could see it as you drove by. But because of the direction that her house was facing in, if they put it on the back of her house, she'd never get a signal. So they put it on the side, and it was kind of tucked in. But you could see it if you were going in one direction. Like you couldn't see it coming the other way, but you could only see it one way. So they started fining her. Well, the thing is that she was out of state. She had it put up, and then she went out of state to go visit her daughter or something, and grandkids, something, whatever. But she was gone. And they just kept piling up and piling up. She had been gone for 3 months. I don't know what she was doing, but she was gone for 3 months. The housekeeper was coming by and dusting and taking care of things. And she had a gardener coming who was mowing her lawn and cutting her bushes and everything. She came home and found out that there was a huge lien on her house because they had fined her $250 a day for every day that satellite dish sat there. Oh, well, yeah, that's the city. Yeah. I think HOAs don't even create decent neighborhoods anymore. It's very much a tattletale on each other kind of thing. And so when Mike and I were looking for a house a few years back, about 10 years ago, we refused to look at anything that was in an HOA. And they're like, the real estate agents are like, well, within HOA, there's community standards and da 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 da. I said, look, I don't want somebody coming over and telling me that my grandkids can't have a balloon fight in the front freaking yard. I don't want somebody coming over and measuring my grass. I don't want somebody coming over and telling me that my house is the wrong color or telling me what color I can paint my door. I don't want somebody coming over and telling me that I have too many guests parking in front of my house. No. What I do in my home, and that includes my yard, is my business. I don't want to decide, if my daughter comes over and she wants to lay out in my backyard and she wants to lay out topless, I don't want my neighbors being able to complain that my daughter is laying out topless in my backyard. I don't want somebody telling me how high my fence is. I don't want somebody telling me what I can use to make a fence or what I can use to make a wall. I will not live by somebody else's standards. So no, I'm not buying a freaking into an HOA. Plus, I'm not paying dues for nothing. A lot of the HOAs here are just communities. There's no pool, there's no rec rooms, there's none of the things that you expect with an HOA as far as amenities go. If I was living someplace where there was a community pool and a community clubhouse and these things were kept to a standard, then I would expect that I would have to pay management and upkeep for those things. But if those things are not present, what does the HOA appeal? What is the HOA's appeal? A standard that says people can't leave their trash cans out for more than an hour after pickup? No. Yeah, I just no. All right. I want to put something at the top of this. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're Hubbard and I absolutely refuse to live in an HOA. My daughter lives in one. I don't know why she bought a house in a freaking HOA, but she did. Probably because of the size. She needs a really big house. But now she's kind of regretting it. Because she just landscaped her backyard. Okay. And it's beautiful. They did a fantastic job with it. She has a pool in her backyard. It's an above ground pool. So she can take it down in the winter because she can't afford an in-ground pool. And she would have to get permission from her neighbors to get an in-ground pool. So she said, screw it. She's not going to go through all the crap. So she put an above ground pool in. She put in some artificial grass in her backyard because she, tried to abide by the city. Plus the city gave her a huge kickback on her water bill for, basically doing water conservation and doing low what they call xeriscape. She's got a little cabana back there and a little outdoor kitchen and, you know, a little fire pit area, all kinds of stuff, a little area for her dogs and stuff. And her HOA came over and told her she had to take it all down because she didn't get approval for it. And she told them to go suck eggs because she doesn't need approval to do something in her backyard. They fined her for having rock delivered in front of her house. They tried to give her a fine for that. But she went in and found somewhere in the tenants that it said that she was allowed to have it for 7 days if she was doing a landscaping project and it was landscaping materials, that it could be there for 7 days. So, I mean, she fought him on it, but still kind of a pain in the ass, you know? But I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I would be beating somebody. I'd be slapping somebody around. And they're like, nope, nobody, nope. So yeah, I can't live in an HOA. I would never live in a historic district. Because that's, again, one of those places where you can't change property. You can't move things around. You can't alter appearance. Be like playing that shit. All right, so I'm going to try this. I know this is going to be short. So we already did a pocket on one. So I don't know what we're going to do on this one, but I know it's going to be short for the page. So I think we're going to take a little bit more off here. Luckily, we've decided to retire someplace where there is no real HOA. There's not a lot of them. And they don't have a lot of historic districts because, well, those houses have all been blown away. Kidding. No, we have looked. There's a couple of places that have historic districts, but I'm not really interested in any of the houses that are there. And I don't want new construction. That's the other thing. I think new construction is just horrible. Horrible. I live in a brand new house here. Well, it's not brand new. Okay, this was built in the 80s. Custom built. Mike's dad had this custom built. They were putting in the subdivision, and he bought a lot and then had a custom built house put on it. Let me tell you something about this house. It's weirder than hell. It's a classic shotgun design, which, if you don't know, means that it has it's basically split right down the center. So my front door is here. Then you have the living room, the dining area, which is just part of the living room. You have the kitchen, and then you have the media room, sliding glass door, window. On the other side, you have the garage at the front, and then you have a hallway, and you have a bedroom and a bedroom. There's a bathroom in the center, and then there's the big back area is the master bedroom and suite. This bathroom, he forewent a linen closet and put in double sinks in the guest bathroom. Double sinks. Where the linen closet should be is where the toilet is, and the door just almost barely, but it hits the toilet and stops. So, and it has a full-size shower in it. The master bedroom, the bathroom is pretty much open from floor to ceiling, with the exception of a beam in the middle. And everything has vaulted ceilings, which means it's a nightmare to heat and cool. And you can't go to the bathroom in private because anybody else in your room knows you're in there. And you can't close the bathroom. So if you have guests in your home and somebody says, well, you could use the master bathroom, they're in the bathroom before they realize that you're in the bathroom. Because there's no way to close the door. There's no privacy. It also makes it so that you can't put the bed on one side of the room, because if you do put the bed on that side of the room, if your partner gets up to go to the bathroom and they have to turn the light on for any reason, you're awake. Can't use the back wall because it's a sliding glass door and a big window, so you can't put a bed on that wall if you have a headboard. So there's only one place to put it, which means when people come in through the garage, they're looking directly at your bed. It's just, the house is stupid. Right? So I hate this house. I have hated this house since the very first time I ever laid eyes on it. When Mike and I first met. It's just very stupidly laid out. Like I said, there's no linen closet in this house at all. There is one hall closet. The guest bathroom is just stupid. And one of my kids is a plumber, and I had him come over and I said, what would it take for me to get rid of half of this vanity, move the toilet, put the linen closet back in? He goes, well, he says, I'd have to tear up the floor and move the stump. So basically we'd have to demo the entire bathroom. And yeah, no. It's like $7,000-$8,000 worth of work. I'm not doing it. So yeah, I'm wow. And see, like, I don't like to be cold. So my bathroom is always ice cold. So when I take a shower and I get out of the shower, I am freezing my nips off because it is freaking cold in there. Why? Because hot air rises and there's a 16-foot vaulted ceiling in my bathroom. Of all the moronic, stupid, idiotic crap that I have ever seen, there's a in the master bathroom. You know, one of those big oval soaky tub things has never been used ever because the hot water tank in the house is insufficient to fill it. And there's not a way to put a bigger tank in the house. I would have to put that hot water on demand in there, but there's no wall to put it on because of the layout. And because we have this giant tub in there, we have one of those little 2.5 by 2.5 foot square shower stalls. Ooh, ah. Yeah. It's just wow. Hate this house. I love the location as far as Vegas because of where it is in Vegas. But no. I just can't. All right, let's work on this thing because we talked about this. And what we're going to do here is this is one of the flip fold pieces. We're going to put this so that it goes in. We're going to have a pocket here, and then there's going to be a pocket here. So I want to gusset this pocket so that this does fit all the way down in. So we're going to gusset this first. Let's do that. I'm looking to see if I have a scrap. No, I do. I just got one. We'll find it. Okay. All right, we have a couple scraps. Yeah, it's a man design. A guy designed this house. And then, I don't know what it is, but Mike has got this weird attachment to things in here. So, like, I have those rails on the windows to put those big poofy curtains from the 80s. You know, the big blustery ones. And I've taken down those pieces and I have them in a bag in my bedroom, shoved under the bed. But he won't let me take the rails down. Like, he painted the room. He took them down, painted the room, put them back up. And I was like, oh my God, dude, no, get rid of them. Get rid of them. You remember those things, those big poofy things that our moms used to put like trash bags in, the plastic trash bags to fill them out? And they were like big puffs. Yeah, that's what's in here. And it's in on every window. And I tried so hard. I was like, honey, I'm just going to put regular drapery up. Let me just put up regular drapery. You know, I'm the kind of person where I want to put in drapery. By and large, what I want to do is I want to put in like tension rods inside the windows, and I want the curtains to fit the window. Well, I went with, all right, I'll just put up regular hooks and we'll put up regular rails, you know, regular rods, and it'll be on the outside of the window. You know, so it's a little bit more formal for like the living room and stuff. In the other rooms, it's all inside the casings. But the living room and the dining area, I was like, okay, we'll do a formal. But take that shit down. No, he will not take it down. He will not take it down. Hi, Miss Maury. It's bad. There's these 2 palm trees in the backyard. I hate them. There's a gazebo out there. Not a gazebo, well, it's like a gazebo, but what do they call it? A portico, whatever the hell it is. It's a patio cover. And when we first moved in, I went and bought a really nice outside dining table, like table, 4 chairs, umbrella holder, the whole 9 yards, to put in the middle of that area, because there used to be a hot tub out there, a jacuzzi, but the jacuzzi died and his dad got rid of it. And now there's this thing. And I was like, okay, let's put the table out there. It'll be nice. We can go out, we can barbecue, and we can eat outside, and it's great. No, we cannot. Yeah. He refuses to cut those damn bushes, those palm trees. And then I'm allergic to them. So every year when they spring and when they flower, I'm so sick. But, and the thing is he didn't really like his dad. So I don't think it's like that. And he didn't really live here as a kid. So it's not a nostalgia thing. It's just, I don't know. It's just gotten weird since we moved in here. He's turning into his father. Don't ever say that to him, because his dad was a freaking nut job. But yeah, basically, he's just turning into his dad. Yes! That's the ones I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Mari. I hate those things. I didn't like them in the 80s. I sure as hell don't like them in the 2020s. All right. Let's take a little bit more off at the bottom of this. Let's see where we're at. Now this is going to be closed, so don't worry. I'm not carrying that it's not wide enough, Oh, my ink is supposed to come today. I finally ordered it. Aren't you proud of me? I know Michelle's proud of me. I was doing y'all's billing and I was talking to Michelle. So if you don't know this, I call Michelle when I'm doing the billing so that I have somebody to talk to while I'm doing stuff. And she doesn't care if I don't stare at the camera and talk to her, She'll just talk and tell me something and just like she understands. Like she's computing, she's adding, she's putting stuff together. Now and then she'll go, "Whose order are you packing?" Because I'll have that look on my face. But I'll call and I'll talk to Michelle when I do my billing. And, we just shoot the shit. I call the dog to make the dog come over and nudge her arm 1,000 times. Because he knows my voice. So she doesn't have her earbuds in. I'll call him. Jesse, come on, baby. And he'll come over and nudge her. Hey, who's on the phone? Who's on the phone? Is it Auntie Els? I hear her. Where is she? I'll make him run to the door. It's funny. It amuses me. But so evil. I am totally evil. All right, we need to put something here. I think we're going to put this one here. So let's measure this puppy. I'm cruel. What can I say? All right, so we don't really need a whole lot here because this is the edge. So we only need like 2 inches by 6. So let's get rid of that part. I'm evil. I'm evil. I'm sorry. I'm evil. Okay, by 6. So let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of about there. That should be close. We'll see. Looks like 6. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. We got it. Ink this. I can't help myself, okay? I am a mean, cruel person. All right. Question. Should we put a finger notch in here? I can't put one here because that'll affect this pocket. So, should we put one here? And if we do, I'm thinking we'll use the 4-inch circle so that's a nice big one. Because see, this right here is the back of this pocket. So I can't put one here. Otherwise, the journal card that's in there is going to show. So put one here. Okay. So we're going to put this down. I'm mean. I just can't help it. So if I call your house, don't tell me your dog's name because I will call your dog when I'm on the phone with you. You put that on speaker, I'll be like, come here, Poochie, 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 Poochie. Okay, so now we're going to put it here. I don't know if I want to put this here, though, or if I want to put more of this here. Because, you know, alternate kind of thing. Or if I should just do something entirely different, completely. Let's see. Let's see. Everything's that. Yeah. What is our measurement? 2 inches. Let me do this real quick. Let's see this. Yeah, I'm that person that should have that shirt that says, say hi to your dog for me. Yeah, I'm horrible. Horrible. Surprised Michelle doesn't throw things at me. She probably does. She probably sits off camera and throws things at me. Put this way, brain damage, so you put this on here right side up. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, now we're going to put a big hole in here. Let me get the big one.
You need the big one.
Okay, I got it. I'm getting old. Ugh, it's getting to be that time when my knees need to be done again. I need to get my shot on my knees. Okay. All All right, so we're going to glue these down, and we're going to gusset this one. So let's get these glued down. Sorry about the arm, guys. I had clamps. All right, we're going to let that clamp up for a minute. All right, now let's cut our gussets. I think this is wide enough. Half an inch. Okay. This is 5.5. So if we do like 2 3/4, it's going to be fine. Okay. So we'll take this one down to 1 inch. Half an inch. All right, so we have 2 of those, which we're going to need. Okay, get that to the side. So this is the card. Now, what I thought is we can use this to our advantage, not cover it with paper. We'll just cover this part with paper, but we'll tear the edge, which I think will work. All right, let's see. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Let me get out my double-edged cutter. And let's just kind of like that. We'll put it on a little bit crooked. So I'm going to trace this, and then we'll trim as necessary. Yeah, seriously, I am that person. Tell your kitty I said. I can't make too many of those noises though because it's nap time and we don't want to disturb His Majesty during his beauty rest. Mostly because we don't want him up here driving us nuts. Okay. Oh no. It's moving. He's taking a bath. He's bathing. Hopefully he'll just go right back to sleep. All right, so this is going to go this way. This will be in there. So we're going to decorate this part. What are we going to do? I don't know. We're going to do it. Let's put this part on. Why? I don't know. I just like it. It's a choo-choo train. I just flung across the room. Yeah. All right, so we're going to put this on here. And this one. Let's put some ink on this puppy. Okay, put this on here. I don't want to put any volume on it because it's going to go in a pocket. Even though that pocket's going to be gusseted, it still could, tear off. Otherwise, I would put like foam tape, under this. It's very difficult to pull the back of this sticker off these little tines. Hi, Hubber Wubber. All right, let me see if I can find. There it is. Let's see if we can get it to come off of here, like on the inside. I feel so bad for the big brain boy. He moved halfway across the country to get away from this giant family of his. And half the family is moving there. Poor baby.
He moved to be with his girlfriend.
Actually, he moved because his girlfriend has younger siblings, and she did not want to leave her siblings who were actually being taken care of by the grandfather at the time. I don't know where they are now, but she didn't want to leave them, and I commend him for that. He did the right thing by her and by her siblings, you know. Marie said hi. Marie said hi.
Morning, ladies.
I think that Michelle is cooking or eating Wiener Schnitzel. She made Wiener Schnitzel the other night. Didn't invite me. See how she is? Meaner. All right. So now that we've got that, pockets are glued. We're going to open this up here. We're going to put in our gussets. Scissors. Where are my scissors? Here they are. And we'll cut this one based on that one. Now, because this is a gusset, I can use tape on these if I want to, which I'm going to do. But first, we're going to wedge. Then we're going to tape. Grab it. No, he loves his family. He just he moved so that she could stay by her little brothers. Because that's the kind of kid the big brain boy is. He's a shit. But he's my shit. And my kids all know he's the baby and he gets away with murder. So if they want to get away with something, all they do is get him on board. Come on, Mikey. And he gets on board, and then I'm screwed. And especially if it's something his dad doesn't want to do. His dad did not necessarily want to take a week's vacation and go back there.
It's a little longer than a week.
But the big brain boy and I and my daughter all ganged up on him. So Bob didn't have a choice, really.
I just didn't want to drive that far, really.
He didn't have much of a choice in the matter. As soon as my big brain boy and I decided that he needed to go see him, that was it. You will not win this battle. All right, a little bit of glue right here. Now we're gonna, where's my, there it is, pokey tool. Let's lift this. And this one I'm not too worried about because it's already down and it's straight. So I'm just gonna bring this one down. Just go right. Now this side's going to be a little bit more difficult because I was stupid and I closed that one. So, do bet. So is anybody else watching Bridgerton? Keep doing it backwards. Okay, what part are you doing backwards? Talk to me, Marie. The gusset? Okay, so now we have a big pocket here and a pocket here. And then this one, because we gusseted this pocket, will almost disappear in there. Now we just need to decorate the back. And the back is 5 1/4 by 6. 5 1/4 by 6. Oh, okay, I'll show you. This is the easy thing, okay? So when you look at it, you want to reduce bulk on your ends, but you want as much coverage as you can. So always wedge in from the fold. This way. Don't make a big chunk, just a little. See, it's not a lot. It is just a little piece. Let me see here. There you go. See, just a tiny little wedge. And then put your glue on one side, line this up to the edge of your paper, and put it down. Now, if you want to use tape, all the better, because you can just flag the tape, put it down, and then remove the tape once you have it in place and you know it's where you want it. Stick down the part that's already flagged, remove the rest. I think we did a whole video on that. If not, I may have done it, and it's in my Back to Basics. But, you know, I started just the end of last year, I started this whole new Back to Basics thing. One of the things we're going to be doing is gusseting pockets. We're going to be doing making an envelope of any size. I mean, obviously up to a certain size, because once you get to a certain size paper, you can't, you know, unless you got a roll of paper. But we're going to be doing that. We're going to be a lot of more basic stuff. We're going to be doing quite a bit. So just easy, simple, basic stuff. Baby steps, guys, baby steps. All right, we need a piece of paper to cover this. This one. This one? This one. No, this one. This one. It's going to be this one. All right, so I need it to be 5 1/4. Let me have wood. Here we go. So let's get this edge off. Eek. There we go. Five and a quarter. 5 1/4. By 6. Let's take this part off. Remember, if it's less than 1/4 of an inch, start in the middle. Okay, 6. See, so that's going to chop the crap out of that. We don't want to do that. So let's take a little bit off the bottom. Then we'll flip it around and do the 6 this way. That way we don't lose the focal. Ooh, keep that. Good size piece. Okay. I think I want to take just a little bit more off the edge here. Scant amount. Perfect. Now we'll ink the paper. Ladies, you got to start. Jump in. Okay, so I had a suggestion to put some naked journals in the shop. Not big ones, like 2-3 signatures, 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inch spines. Just, blank with the pages already in them. Covers built. So they could just be decorated and, put together. Is that something any of you would be interested in? Because I'm not going to put stuff in the shop that's not interesting. I hate doing that. I hate putting stuff in there and then it sits there. So, and maybe I'll just do it and just offer it only in live sales. I don't know. But I had somebody suggest that I do like these types of books and then just sell the naked part, the naked, so that whoever buys it can, get their own paper and design it and decorate it, put their own touches on it. And I don't know. All right. So now we have a deflippete that's going to go in the bookie. Where are we going to put it? I don't know. Obviously not on this page. That one already has a flip. That one already has a flip. And this one, no, because I've already covered the front. So it's going to go on the back page. Now we just need to decide, is it going to go this way to the back or this way towards the front? I think that might be difficult to get this out once we have the journal part in. So let's go the other way. So we're going to go this way. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. All right. Okay. Pokey tool. Flag. Glue. Okay. All right, it's going this way. Probably should have decided that before I actually decorated this, because I'm trying to figure out, like which end is up. Okay, that works. Flippy. Paper. Needs paper. Needs paper. Okay. So now we need to cover this part. And we need to cover this part. Use that part. So use this side. Okay. And I know we keep writing this down, but I keep covering it over. Okay. So we're going to use this side. This tab. No, this side. So let's get rid of that. 6 1/4. It's gonna be a little short, but that's okay. So this is going to go on this side. It needs to be a little bit here. Let's see. That goes. Perfect. Okay, we're going to... Yeah, so when we're done here today, I have a couple of packages that I need to get packed up and ready to go out. And I'm going to run to the post office and drop them off. And then I'm going to go finish watching Queen Charlotte. Which is a little confusing because it's the story is still being told by the writer, but it's a historical story, so it goes back and forth between the two time periods, which is kind of annoying. All right, so we have that one, that. We just need this one last piece on here, and then the exterior is done. Unfortunately for me, I think the only piece I have left is this one. Not my favorite. It's got that damn octopus on it. I don't like the octopus. Look at that. Meh. No, don't like it. Okay. So I'm gonna have to print another piece of paper for this. Oh. Yeah, speaking of that, I have, like, obviously pieces like this, but I also have full pages of stuff that I've printed, so on and so forth. And I do a big, project bag where I put a bunch of my projects, and even sometimes like the ephemera and stuff, gets put in a bag, and I sell it during one of the sales. And I didn't do it this time. I should have, because the basket is wow. But we'll take a look at that, and then we'll move on to that. So let me get this stuff out of the way real quick. Oh, where's my kitty ball? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to pick this stuff up real quick because we're going to talk about some things. I got some things to talk about. I do. Have some things. All right, we get that in there. All right, that's good. Okay. over here. And you, come here. We're going to put you all up here. Go in here. Yes, my lazy butt did not work on the other signature over the last 2 days because I don't know. I've been zoning on television. Leave me alone. All right. All right. These I'm going to save in my strips. So let me put them in my strip bin. Oh, way up there. Come here, you. You little booger. I hate when I lose them. There we go. Okay, got those. And these, I'm just going to put them on the note for now. Get them out of my way. All right. So let me just get this stuff put up for a second. Because I haven't done anything past that first page. That's all I've done. I got to get this one done. Oh, I'm going to put a piece here that needs to be. Where did I just put those? Oh, there they are. Okay. I was like, what did I do with them? Hotzoid? You can go up here. You can go in there. You can go back down there. You can go over here. You can go up here. All right, so let me show you. So I have a habit of taking these things that I make projects, projects that I do, whether I do them on like the craft with me, like these, or like this is the Projects of 26 challenge. That's a tag from the Projects of 26 challenge. This is what I did for that collaboration. I have some more book covers for that. This was the ornaments that we made. The note cards we made. So you can see what these are all projects. Like, this was obviously a pocket project that I did. I don't know if it's come out yet or not, but how to use the scrapbook paper, to do some pockets on things. That's there. Some, file folder, journal card type things. So all of these like little projects that I do end up in this bin. Library pockets. That's a One Sheet Wonder mini folio. Pockets. Library pockets. So these things, what I do is I end up like little pads that we did. I end up putting these all in like a big plastic bag, and then I will put it up for sale in one of the sales, for whatever, but like this one, that's a like a document holder kind of thing. Adds a lot of journaling space to a journal. But this was a wallpaper project. So you see, I get all these things. Okay, I have like bunches of them, and I put them in and I get rid of them. So a lot of times I end up with like a stack of leftover bits and pieces. Like these little tags and journaling cards and next media pieces. And sometimes, even paper or whatnot. And cardstock, like I printed on cardstock and stuff like that. This I know is sellable. Does anybody have any interest in this? Because if you guys have interest in this, I will be happy to not throw it away, kind of thing. By the way, I found a die when I was searching the other day, and I found it and I fell in love with it. And I'm keeping it because I like it. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep a die for me. But this basket usually gets divided up, and then it gets put into a bag, and then I send it out. I sell it. It's made projects. But if anybody's interested in the leftover paper, let me know. Okay. So you get all the weirdness, Sometimes you even get projects like that are in a half state. I don't know how to say it. Something that I did and then said, no, I'm going to do it this way. And I changed it. So you get both projects. And usually they come with, let me see if I can pull this out. Yeah, okay. So usually it comes with this, where it tells you what the hidden paper clip, this is a hidden paper clip, and it gives you all the measurements on how to make this clip. And this one's actually a pen holder. It's a hidden paper clip pen holder. I think the video for this is out. If not, it's coming out soon. So just let me know if that's something y'all would be interested in. Because I have a drawer full of it. And I throw a whole bunch of it away. And I'm kind of tired of wasting it. Okay. Today is the 11th. Monday, we're going to be pulling challenge number 4 of our Projects of 26 challenge. The current challenge is a free play. You can make any project that you want, but you must use like oil pastels, crayons, gelatos, that kind of thing. Okay. Monday's video was a frilly belly band. I'm blaming Rose for this. This is all on Rose's head. Little frilly lace belly bands. Kind of cool. They're cute. We might use this one in our current journal. I don't know. Maybe this one. She's got steampunk glasses on. Maybe we'll use her. I don't know. But that was our video this week. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a craft with me. I have no idea what we're doing. So show up. Maybe we'll make some word tiles. Quick and easy. Make some word tiles. I got a fresh thing of big stickers. We'll do it. And then we have Friday Night Nuts on Friday the 13th. Remember, that one starts at 7 o'clock, okay, as opposed to 6 o'clock when we usually start. And then Valentine's Day, we're going to be playing mixed media. And I'm thinking we might do a special edition. Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out. Next week's video is a Monday Mixed Media mini morsel. And don't forget, your pick a journal deadline is a week from Saturday. So if you would like to have a journal and you'd like me to make you a journal, you need to take a 3x5 piece of paper. And I'm actually going to move that out. I'm going to move it out to the 28th. Write down what your theme would be, what you would like your journal theme to be. And then I will make that journal for you and send it to you completely free of charge. So we'll do that. Yes. So it's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8, 9, and 10 across the country. So 8 Mountain, 9 Central, 10 East. Okay?
Thank you for calling Cox Business Support.
Alrighty.
You.
Now, we do have videos all through the month of March and most of April. So, we got a lot of stuff going on.
I'm sorry, ma'am. It's a little hard to hear you. You sound a little muffled.
I'm working on another quarterly project, also a free class. So lots of stuff going on. And, we're going to try and get stuff cohesively done here. What else? That's on Friday. Friday.
Right, and what's the phone number?
What else? I think that's it. So I have no idea what we're going to do tomorrow. Probably some word chips. They're easy. They're fun. And I did just get a new set of stickers that I can use to do that. So we're going to do that probably. And make some more word chips. So it's a great way to build your stash with something that's, you know, less. You could use it in anything, kind of thing.
How about the
What else? That's it. I think that's everything. So the next free class I think is going to be a three flat folio with a small journal element. So I am going to get the schedule finished. I only put up 2 episodes today and tomorrow's. I got to get the rest of the week put up, but I will get it up. I think that's it. All right. So everybody who's already paid, your packages have been shipped. Unless you paid after 1 o'clock yesterday, my time, 2, 3, and 4 across the country, then those packages are going out today. Okay. Is that everything? That's everything, guys. Listen, I'm going to get off of here because I got to go get packages done, and then Queen Charlotte awaits. But
and what's the name of the?
She just found out he's nuts. All right, so that is all I have. If you're new here, hit the button and subscribe. Why not, right? Let's see what else. What else? Oh yeah, go down to the description box below. You can get a schedule of what's going on in my world by going to the community tab here on the YouTube channel, or you can go over to Facebook, which you can find. Oh God, he's awake. By going down to the bottom and cyber stalking me through the description link. Just click on the more. You're going to find all my socials down there, my Patreon, my Facebook group, all of that. Excuse me, I need my book. Yes, I appreciate you. But Harry came up to say goodbye. Say bye-bye, Harry. Bye-byes. Say bye-byes. I waked it up. I was napping and now I was awake. Yeah, so I got to bug Mama. Yeah, I was napping. Now I'm awake. I need to go bug Mama. Okay. All right, ladies, I love you. And until I see you again, stay hydrated, stay warm, and stay well. I love you. Bye.
Okay.
Say bye, Howie. Say bye-bye. You want to say bye-bye? Bye-bye? No, bye-bye.